If you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I have absolutely grown to love the engine bay area of the C8 Corvette Z06 because of how much I've done to it. There's carbon fiber everywhere. We have the custom painted red intake from David and Brandon, custom painted black throttle bodies on there. We got the torch red C8 rally driver hatch supports. Everything in here just looks fantastic. And there's another route you could go. The main focus point of this engine bay has always been and will always be the engine, or specifically the intake. Now this is two separate pieces on this, so we could call it intakes, but at the end of the day, that's why I got mine painted torch red, to stand out more and to also match all my accents. Now, do you want to take this a different route? Well, we have some options. Let's go over what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for pressing play. If this is your first time here, my name is Justin. This is the channel where we do everything and anything Corvette, whether it's news, rumors, maintenance, it doesn't matter. Today, we're going to be talking about a way to dress up your engine bay on a C8 Corvette Z06 that doesn't involve painting the stock intake the way that I did. With Brandon and David, they paint those things any color you want. I chose torch red, but there's another option, and it's a really cool option. Let's take a look at it. Here is the item we're going to be talking about today, guys. And before we unbox it, I gotta talk to you about how great of a boxing process this was. Are you guys ready to see this? It is super well packaged. You're not going to get these things arriving damaged, but here we go. Check this out. Those look every bit as good as I had hoped they would. So if you guys still don't know what these are, let me show you. Here it is, guys, in all of its beauty. I have mine obviously customized with an HPO logo on there. But that is a carbon fiber intake cover. So you can see there's a screw hole there, and a cutout for where your engine builder plaque is going to go. That's it. These things install really nicely, and they are pure carbon fiber. This is not hydro dip, not a laminate, nothing crazy. If you flip it over, you can clearly see this is carbon fiber all the way through. They weigh next to nothing, and we're going to go ahead and pop them on there just to show you, number one, the carbon all matches really nicely. I could literally have the entire engine bay on this thing be nothing but a sea of carbon fiber because of this. I mean, these things are fantastic. So let's go ahead and get it installed. I'm going to remove my my X-brace. You guys probably have already noticed I have the bolts out because I already started into this process a little bit. Just got to pop that off there, and then we can put this on underneath it. Now, that's one of the biggest benefits of these pieces. If you really want a carbon fiber engine cover, you can't do the engine cover from GM and still have an X-brace on there. But with these ones, you can. So if you want it all, this is the way to do it. Now, obviously, I still have to remove the name builder plaque there that will go around it, but you can kind of see how this is going to look. And guys, it looks freaking phenomenal. Because I love these things so much, you know it. They're on the website. Check the link in the description down below. You can buy them directly from me, and you guys know how I feel about options. I love having options. Now we do. And there's nothing better to show that than a 50-50 shot here. You got the ability to paint the intake whatever color you want, or let's go with more carbon fiber. But let's see. I want to install this and see exactly how it looks. Again, guys, I love options. When it comes to being able to check boxes and getting exactly what you want, this is how we all benefit, because now if you don't like painted intakes, or if they're too expensive for you, or whatever the case may be, we have options. That's the best. Whenever it comes to being a car guy, you gotta love options. Okay, so in my case, I need to remove the builder plaque, and I have some titanium screws right underneath that. I'll need to remove both of those to get these installed. These do actually come with the screws, and new little rubber isolators to make sure that nothing gets vibrated off. So everything you will need will be in the kit for these. Again, check the link in the description down below, because this is not the only design that they have. You can go full carbon fiber like this, or you could do it backwards where the whole thing's painted and there's a cutout showing the carbon fiber underneath that says Z06. I'll put all of their designs here on the screen, but guys, there's a bunch of options available here. You can pretty much have it any way you want it. And again, options are good. And as usual, the guys who are detail oriented, yeah, these are titanium bolts. They send you in the kit with rubber isolators. So everything looks really nice and pretty. Black titanium bolts, lightweight, and they're going to last forever. No rust. Nice stuff. The 50-50 shot. So you can see the cutout here for the nameplate as well, which is really awesome. All the screws, all the hardware here is titanium. So with a little rubber gasket to make sure you don't mess up your carbon fiber. But yeah, that looks really freaking good. Now, the best part is that is a very similar carbon, almost identical actually, to what I already have in here. So it looks like it matches really nicely. Now, obviously, I put the HPO logo on there. It's just vinyl. Nothing crazy, nothing super special. If you guys are interested in these, like I said, check out the website down below. I'm going to be selling them for him because it's a great option. I mean, really a good option. And they're priced really well for what you're getting here. Now, obviously, we're going here with a 50-50 shot because these are really your two options. If you, of course, want to maintain an X-brace of any kind, because there is a third option from GM that's far more expensive, but sits up so high that you can't put an X-brace over top of it. So this is two of your three options right here. Custom painted color, carbon fiber. And there's a bunch of different options on the carbon fiber side. You really can't go wrong with either one. But guys, like I said, if you're really interested in that, check out the description down below. I'm really digging those. Those look fantastic. I'm going to put the other one on just so you guys can see it all finished up. The other one does involve a little bit more. There's one additional screw they send you. This is it right here. And it's just to move a line that's attached to the passenger side of the intake there, just to bump it out a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just basically a spacer. So over on the passenger side, this is the area we're talking about right there. So this was just a bolt. Instead, they sent you basically a spacer there. So you'll just slide this little bracket off, put that spacer on, and then slide the spacer back on. And there is now an area for a nut. And you guessed it, that is a titanium nut. So we'll go ahead and put that on, and then that spacer's done. Then we can slap the passenger side intake cover on.
5 minutes later.
And both installed. I'm gonna get you a final shot once I get all everything put back together as well. But man, this is looking good, guys. I love the placement of the HPO logo. The little bit of the torch red you can see sticking through still from Brandon and David's intake. Now, what's interesting is we're actually gonna have this on the website as well, but the creator of these actually just recently made some black mesh that goes in between the two that covers up the throttle bodies as well. So if yours aren't black like mine are, you can actually get the mesh that connects the two, and it makes it look totally finished. I'm going to see if he'll send it to me and actually make an update video on this, but yeah, guys, this is looking really, really good. And here it is with the name plaque installed. It's a lot of carbon fiber now, guys, but there is a little bit of adjustment here. So if you haven't tightened down these bolts yet, you can actually move these around a little bit so the gap around the name plaque here is totally consistent. So move it around, tighten them down, and then you are good to go. And yeah, like I said, guys, that looks really, really good. I'm really impressed with these. Something so small makes a giant difference. I mean, that literally looks like the engine is finished now. Yeah, you gotta love enthusiasts, man. The enthusiast crowd for the Corvette just comes up with all kinds of insanely awesome looking add-ons. And there it is, guys. Check that out. Man, does that look good. Wow. This thing looks more and more like a Ferrari every day. These kind of little add-ons, not only do they add customization, but man, they make this thing look so good. I mean, with all the carbon fiber, the Eventuri intake, the splash of torch red back here, wow. I am super freaking happy with that. That looks so absolutely insanely good. And the hardware is titanium, so it looks really nice on there too. I don't know, guys. Every time I think this car can't get any better, something like this comes along. Now, my engine bay is a little dirty, so forgive me, but it's going to look great when I get these things ceramic coated. Oh, man. Oh, that looks so good. Now, again, guys, like I said, a lot of customization options available for these. Different colors, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to have them all on the website in the description down below. Be sure to check it out. This is a great option to cover up your stock intake if you weren't able to get the edge red, or if you didn't want to go with any specific colors that Brandon and David offer. This is a fantastic option. You can see the splash of red back there still from Brandon and David's intake, which I like. I obviously love that. But if you don't want to see your stock intake at all, like I said, he has mesh now that will actually fill in this area here. I'll put a picture in right here so you can see what I'm talking about. But ultimately, it fills in the gap right here where your center throttle bodies are at, and really gives it that even more finished look. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. Holy cow, that is such a nice look. This car is just getting better and better by the day. I absolutely love it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you'll like that. I think that is one of the best looking carbon fiber pieces in the engine bay so far. Really, really a great fit. Down to the way it ships, the quality. I mean, you can just tell this is an enthusiast who cares about the car and the look. It is fantastic. It's something special. I mean, it really is. The Corvette community in general is just so great. And then whenever a random Corvette person gets an idea and makes it that good, You gotta love it, man. Yeah, so anyway, guys, that's it. If you liked what you saw, smash the thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm gonna have tons of content like this coming you're not gonna wanna miss. And as always, guys, stay obsessed.